Well, welcome to Beyond Sunday with Schweitzer Church. I'm Jason Leininger, and I'm here today with Freddie Lane. Freddie is the Director of Operations for the Flourish food pantry that's held here on the Schweitzer Church campus. Freddie, we are into the month of April, and I'm wondering if you can share with us what has happened at the food pantry during the month of March.
Well, to give you an idea of the number of households that we have served during March of this year is 329. I looked back at what we had served in March of 23, just trying to see where we're at, and we're up 56 families above March. And the number of guests that we served in March of this year was 725. We're up 121 guests above what we did in March of 23. Now, that's really amazing that we're running almost, and I think January, February, we're the same way. We're running at least 50 households and 100-something people above. Now, you look at that number and you stop to think, is that repeat guests? But the first-time guests that we had in the month of March, we had 159 guests that were first-timers, or 21% of the total was that. The households were 80 families, and that is 24% of the total amount of 100%. And that's a very good number, in my opinion, of new people that we are serving each month along that line. It's just amazing that almost 25% of your total is new each month that you see. Now, it will vary from one month to the other along that line, but it always runs in that 20-something percent quota.
Interesting. Well, thanks for sharing those numbers with us about how many people are coming and being served at the food pantry. I know that in the last couple months, you've had some folks who were recipients of the pantry come back, and they began to share a couple stories of transformation that has taken place in their life. I wonder if you could take a moment and share some of those stories.
Well, the one that always stands out the most is one lady, I think it was a couple of months ago, she sent us a thank you note, thanking us for what we did. And within that card, she had made a donation to the food pantry, which really amazed us and really touched us, that even though we were helping her, she thought she needed to help us and help further our food pantry by making, that donation. And then we had one lady a couple of weeks ago got at the food pantry right before we were closing, desperately needed food. It was on a Wednesday, so we didn't want to turn her away. We hate to turn people away. But by the time we talked with her and discussed her and stuff, she gave each one of us a great big hug that meant so much for us, that even though she was late coming, we felt like that we needed to serve her, in that act of kindness that she showed toward us. These are just two examples of what we see every day as we operate in the food pantry along that line and stuff. And there's many more of ones that we could probably talk about, but that's what makes the Flourish food pantry operate the way we do, why we volunteer, why we do the work, because we just feel like God is working in us to help other people in their needs. One
of the things that is offered as a part of the ministry of the food pantry is prayer. Everybody who comes is offered prayer at the end. And today I'd love to ask you, how could God's people be in prayer for the Flourish food pantry?
Well, I think the one thing that would help us the most is just pray that we have the knack, or we have the knowledge, that when we pray with these people, when we deal with these people, that we're acting as if we're God or Jesus, and that we're not looking down on them. Just lift us up in our prayers, that we can be such a good step forward and also a guidance for these people that we come in and we meet day in and day out, that maybe we can lift them up to where that we only see them once. And if that's the case, then we've done our job and we've made life better for someone.
Thank you, Freddie. Thanks for your work and leadership of the Flourish Food Pantry. Thanks for leading a team of volunteers that extend to others who are in a place of need the hands and the feet of Christ. Thank you for all that you do and for the ways that you lead. Thanks for tuning in and listening, watching to Beyond Sunday with Schweitzer Church. Bye-bye.